Hi, thanks so much for joining me here on a live episode of the Traveling in Ireland podcast. I am sitting with my friend Grainne, the owner of Flavor Trails in Dublin. I just wandered on into the Powers Court Centre, and there she was, sitting behind the desk, working diligently on some tours coming up, and I thought we'd have a catch-up, so...
It's so good to see you in person. Like, it's lovely. Like, we do get to see each other on and off, but, like, not behind the screen is really nice. It's great. Welcome back.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's always fun to be back wandering through Dublin. We just did the T-bus tour.
Always really good.
Yeah, always nice to just get on the bus and have a tea, listen to some stories. But you've got new things, and I am really excited to hear more because you've just, since we first met, you've gone from the food tour to adding the whiskey tour to adding the storytelling tour, and now you've got extended tours. So tell me.
We've been working hard. Tourism Ireland is about to make Ireland a food destination. So when they're marketing us abroad, there's going to be a big focus on food. And we're delighted. We've been doing it for so long now. We thought this is a great opportunity to expand. So we've added a second food tour also to our Dublin walking tours, which is a more traditional food tour, the 5 stops. So we do that in the morning. But yeah, I suppose more importantly maybe is our private bespoke tours outside of the city. So getting out of Dublin and maybe going to visit a major site, whether it's the Cliffs of Moher, Glendalough, the Giant's Causeway, or even going up to Donegal. Go to see a major site.
So multi-day?
Well, it depends. No? It depends. Okay. So we can do the cliffs in a day, if the day tours can do it. So we can too, but we can offer multi-days. But for people who are maybe in the city for 4 or 5 days, and they want to get out for a day, and they're willing to give us that full day, we can go to a major site, but hang it on food and whiskey experiences. So go foraging, go to your cookery school, visit your goat's cheese farm. The Donegal one's interesting because that is an overnight. It's still 24 hours. We pick you up at your airport, fly you up to Donegal. You land on the beach, and then up to one of the distilleries, usually Crawley, dinner, and then an overnight. Next morning, Glenveigh National Park, and you're back on the plane the following afternoon. So things are becoming really doable here now if you think outside of the box a little bit. Yeah. So it's nice getting out to visit the people who are producing the food that we're feeding them on tour in Dublin. Sometimes I get
love
it.
That.
I had this lovely guy on tour recently, and he said, Grainne, we're so far away from our food in the United States, like from it walking around to getting to our place.
Depends on where you live.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm in Iowa. My food's walking around not too far from me. But yes, there are so many places where, they are really
and so
far
many
from
people who are far away from it. And when they come here, they're so blown away that it's just there. And I sort of have your response very often and say, I've been to loads of places where, of course, you're very close to it. But the vast majority of people who do our tour are not close to it. And I was up in Wicklow recently, and I was actually looking at one of the cheeses we use here in Dublin.
Okay.
We were near their farm, and I was literally patting the cow on the head, going, that cow's going to be milked tonight, and I'm going to be giving people cheese in Dublin from that cow in the coming months. Like, it is wild when you get into it that way. So it's been lovely developing those tours.
So much fun.
So they've just launched now this year. So fingers crossed now they'll take off. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
That is a lot of... So when you're doing those, are you handling the transportation then? Like the driving yourself, or are you hiring somebody out, or what are you doing with that?
Yeah, well, we have driver guides ourselves, so we literally will pick you up. So we can do groups from 2 to whatever, which is really nice. So if it's bigger groups, we'll hire a bus and the guide will go with you. If not, a couple of our guides have their PSV licenses, so they're fully trained guides and they'll drive you around.
Excellent.
So it's great.
That is so exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, I just seeing the growth and the, kind of just the thought that goes into what's the next step? What can we do What are we seeing? I'm really loving that, you know, when I first started coming to Ireland and still on, you know, like the big tour companies, it's very much that whistle stop feel of, you know, these are the places you see in the brochures. These are the places you've heard of. These are the places you know. And I'm loving that the smaller tour company owners are really looking beyond that. You know, what experiences can we share that, you know, like you said, you're going up to Donegal and you're going to Glen Bay, beautiful national park. Amazing, you know, if you can spend a day there cycling or something, they have electric bikes. You know, but that's someplace that a lot of people would know and visit, but then you're getting to those smaller areas and you're saying, here's the real, you know, this is Ireland right here. You know, this is what you know, and this is what you haven't experienced yet. I love that.
And it's also buildable. So, like, I suppose the Cliffs is a really good example. Everyone wants to go to the Cliffs some more. And my favourite place in Ireland is Clare, County Clare. But everybody drives through it. And
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you go to the Cliffs, but then you're trying to get to Galway as quickly as possible. Look, Galway's amazing. But there is so much in Clare. So, or say Wicklow, you're going to go to Glendalough and you might do your hike, and then where can we get to Kilkenny as quickly as possible? So offering people those options that they maybe don't know are available in that area. So here's a list of 10 options. How many days do you want to go for? Well, this is how many out of those options you can choose, you know, for the amount of time. So if you're going for a day, you might get 3 options. If you're going for 2 days, you might get 5 or 6. So being able to build it with the guest is the lovely part of it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
All right, so I know that you are in the middle of your workday, and I have just barged in. So tell me, you just said Clare is your favorite spot. So give me one great pub, one terrific food experience, and maybe the one place you would spend the night.
Great question. So my favourite pub on the planet is in Clare. It's O'Loughlin's, run by Margaret there. She's a great whiskey woman. It's a must. If you're a whiskey lover, O'Loughlin's in Ballyvaughan is amazing. I was only there for my birthday we stayed in Ennisdiamond and we stayed in the Falls Hotel. Now, really decent hotel. The standout was the spa.
I've heard great things about the spa there.
Oh my word. Like, I could not say enough about it. It was so good. And we went, this is because it's fresh, there's loads of great places to eat in Clare, but we went to the Anchor and the Scanner for seafood.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just, I hadn't been there in a few years and I just forgot how good it was. So really, really good as well.
Nice.
But there's loads, isn't there?
There is.
Loads.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, like you said, people they make that run from Galway to Killarney through the cliffs. And there's so much in the Burren that you don't even know it's there.
You just want to sit on the Burren for 2 hours. Just sit there and look at it and be in it. And to be in the only place on the planet where all those wonderful alpine, arctic and tropical flowers grow in those little rocks, in the cracks in the rock, with those miniature gardens in the middle of summer. Like, only when you do those day tours and you get 10 minutes there and all it leaves you with is longing. You just want to say, can I just stay here for a bit longer? So I cannot say enough about Clare. I think it's especially the Burren, around the Burren is stunning. I went to the perfumery there as well.
I love the Burren perfumery.
I haven't been there in ages
They
either.
have changed so much, haven't they?
Yeah, they really did. And it was like winter. We were there in February, so the shop was open but the cafe was closed. But they had like flasks of tea, so just come in and pour yourself a cup of tea if you want. And we were just sitting around rubbing dogs and, you know, smelling the perfumes we bought. It was amazing. So it's a real. The one place I love touring time and time again, I never get sick of it, is definitely the Burren.
It's a lot from a Dublin woman.
I know, right? And now, be careful. I might live here, but I'm not from Dublin. I'm actually from Wexford, believe it or not. But
another great place.
But I do love the Burren for sure.
It's unique. Well, Grainne, thank you for the chat. I always love catching up with you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again in about a week and a half to do the storytelling tour.
Very exciting. Yeah, thanks for coming in. You're a star.